Good evening, West Hartford. I don't want to take up much of your time, but I want to share some important information with you as I wrote in the previous letter. I know I might come across a little bit muffled, please forgive me, but I've got other people in the room and I think it's important that we demonstrate the importance of always wearing masks when we're around others and making sure that we're not just keeping ourselves safe, but knowing that we wear masks for other people. And that's important to maintain all the time. I expected today to be sending out an announcement that on October 13th would be opening our elementary schools back to full person instruction, and that a couple weeks after that we'd be developing plans for our secondary schools to come back. West Hartford's numbers and metrics had remained consistent through most of September, and I was feeling very optimistic. I say this without doubt that there is nobody that believes in in-person instruction more than I do. I want, more than anything, for all of our students to return to school in as normal an environment as possible, as soon as possible. Unfortunately, in the past 3 days, metrics have shifted, not just in the state at large. Those are different numbers that we try to contextualize. But I'm talking here in West Hartford, our home. And what we've seen is concerning. The key metric in Addendum 4 that the State Health Department put out in terms of keeping schools open with full instruction, moving to hybrid, and moving to full at-home learning is number of cases per 100,000 people in the population over the previous 7 days, and it's a rolling average. In West Hartford, that number 2 weeks ago was 3.4. Last week, it was 4.3. This morning, I was made aware that that number is now at 8.9. 10 is the warning number. But one of the things we have to take into account is the rapidity of growth and how this is shifting. And what we're seeing is rapid growth in West Hartford with 39 cases over the past week. That's why I didn't have a choice really, but to make the decision to remain in hybrid. I met this morning and discussed with the West Hartford Bloomfield Health District what our numbers were like, and not just West Hartford's, but those towns that are immediately around us where there have been increases. But West Hartford's is significant. Some good news that I don't want to get lost in this is that our hybrid plan has proven to be a mitigation strategy that's working. Masks are so important. Distancing also is important. All of our mitigation strategies build on each other. I felt very comfortable, as recently as Wednesday, that with the numbers we were at, that we could move away from the distancing because our other mitigation strategies, with the current percentage positive, would be sufficient. These numbers tell a different story. They really take the decision away. For those of you that want to argue, that want to disagree with me, that think you share a different opinion, that's okay. You can have a different opinion, but you can't have your own science. The facts are clear. So, what does this mean? This means we'll continue in hybrid and we will keep reevaluating as time goes on. I'd love to set a fake date for you and say in 2 weeks from then, maybe we'll move back to everybody being in school. Maybe it isn't 2 weeks. Maybe it's sooner than that. I know the pressure this puts on families for childcare. I know the struggles that those of you with children with special needs go through. I know the struggles for all of us that have children that are trying to meet their educational needs and meet our family needs during this time of pandemic. I know what a struggle it is. We have to put safety of our buildings and everybody that's within them, but also our larger community at the forefront. That's why this is the right decision. Now, what can we all do? We can stick together. We can be a true community that works with each other, that tries to help our neighbors find their own solutions. We can protect each other by wearing masks. And we can make sure that we're sending the right message to our kids, not just when they're in school, but when they're out of school. I'm frustrated, if I'm being honest with you, about the number of calls I still get about sleepovers and otherwise. And people are calling me on Monday about something that happened on Friday or Saturday. It's not my job to teach you how to parent, and it's really not my place. But we have to work together to keep not just our children safe, but all of our families safe and our extended families. Masks are important. Distancing is important. Please, let's work together and keep West Hartford safe. Thanks.